Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Last November, I went to the ORF National Conference in Denver, and I laid out a few principles and ideals in the ORF philosophy and methodology. Today, I share with you another, Edwin Gordon's music learning theory. Music learning theory, often referred to as simply MLT or Gordon, is based on an extensive body of research and practical field testing from Ed Gordon and others. MLT has a few key concepts that guide the overall methodology: audiation, whole-part-whole learning, and aptitude. Audiation! Audiation! Audiation is to music what thought is to language. Language is the result of a need to communicate. Speech is the way we communicate. Thought is what is communicated. Music is the result of a need to communicate. Performance is the way we communicate it. Audiation is what is communicated. Audiation! Audiation! Gordon felt that in order to establish any kind of musical understanding, you had to help that person think in musical ways. Just like when you're learning a foreign language, you know you've got the hang of it when you start thinking in the language. The same is true of music. Whole, part, whole. Songs and chants are the whole. The big blue shark likes to swim and sing. The parts are a series of ordered patterns for both tonal and rhythm aspects. Ba, 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 ba. You choose repertoire that allows for certain patterns to be learned, and you alternate between the song or chant, roll the ball like this, roll the ball like that, and the patterns. Bum, bum, bum. Whole. When we sing the rep, the class sings as a whole. Part. When we sing the patterns, we alternate between class and individuals, so we can assess where each student is at. Then, after a few patterns, whole. So we connect back to the song or chant to give overall understanding. Whole, part, whole. The patterns are ordered, but they also rotate through a series of important aspects in music. There are ordered patterns for double and triple. Remember when we talked about that? But also major and minor. Bum bum, bum bum. Which is tonality. We've kind of talked about that. In MLT, the teacher is constantly rotating through lots of different skill sets. That being said, some of the best MLT lessons go through 5 to 8 pieces of rep in a 40-minute class period. So you'll likely hit a couple, if not all of those different skill sets. Oh, when he's hungry, he'll sing anything. Whole, part, whole. But knowing how to individually assess appropriately, especially when you're just getting to know your students, is hard. This is where aptitude comes in. Aptitude is the potential to achieve. Music aptitude is the potential to achieve musically. Music aptitude is based on audiation, or their ability to think in music. Until age 9, music aptitude is still in development. Music aptitude is multidimensional, but we mostly focus on tonal and rhythmic qualities of music. Aptitude can be affected by formal instruction and informal guidance prior to music class even beginning. But in order to help them achieve in my music class, I can test for their music aptitude. When you do a test for aptitude, it's a reference point. Diagnostic information. With these tests, it's possible to get a false low, but it's difficult to get a false high. You'll know right away after testing for aptitude which child in your music class needs to be challenged. When in music class, you give students individual patterns. Remember? Whole, part, whole. I can challenge the students with high music aptitude with patterns that are just a little harder. Bum, bum, bum. Why test at all? Yeah, I thought you were like all not into testing and stuff. Testing can be good when it's used appropriately. While each child deserves a music education, MLT goes one step further. MLT says that you should give a music education that is differentiated and individualized for each child. This differentiated instruction is based on audiation and builds up musical skills for each child through whole, part, whole learning. By doing this, you can create somebody who's not only comfortable or singing, playing music, you allow for somebody to think in musical ways. It's all about audiation. Bum, 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 bum. While I have highlighted some of the differences, music learning theory has lots in common with other methodologies, such as Suzuki, Dalcroze, Kodai, and ORF. Most importantly, all of these methods emphasize the need for sound before sight, that we listen to and sing to music for a long time before we read it. But beyond that, all these methods hold true that every child deserves a music education. Roll the ball like this, roll the ball like that. But for now, a haiku. It is all about audiation when learning MLT basics. Hey, Hank. Hey, Charlie. Da-da, 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 da-da.